Now, as you all know, the past couple of years have been a bit of an up and down cycle for the future of the Star Wars franchise, between Kathleen Kennedy having problems with the Acolyte series and Skeleton Crew, to how John and Dave were attempting to fix some of the scenes in those two shows, only being, of course, put into a situation where they had to leave those two productions due to the toxic environment. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, the thing about the Mandoverse right now is that basically at Star Wars Celebration that occurs in April this year at, of course, London, there's going to be a large amount of announcements that's going to be shown to the fans and directed toward the community to really kind of give fans an idea of what shows are coming out and also in which order. Also at D23 we're getting more announcements as well, and you also have to remember that the earnings calls by Bob Iger that will happen, throughout the year, one of which, give or take around November, is going to contain also more announcements. So on top of all of this, one thing that a lot of fans have been very much curious about is a lot of things to do with the character of Cara Dune and actress Gina Carano. Now, we know that there's a lot of things happening behind closed doors involving Gina Carano and the character of Cara Dune, and how John and Dave are making all these great attempts to bringing her back for Mando Season 4. Well, just recently, something substantial happened behind the scenes for what John and Dave were able to actually insert into something that they are planning to release in 2024 that is going to be quite surprising to the fans. Now, we talked about this very lightly about a couple of days ago, but that was not the full story, so we're going to be jumping into every single detail about that. So, with Mandalorian Season 4 now in the works by both John and Dave, they are also working on many other mystery projects that will be announced later this year. Further, it's noted that right now both John and Dave are currently working on something substantial for the preliminary phase of bringing Gina Carano back in the Mandoverse. Now, it's noted that already planning, of course, and they are already planning on incorporating some of Gina Carano's deleted scenes from The Mandalorian Season 2 to be inserted into Mando Season 2 special, for a Mando, of course, special episode version, of course, that's going to actually be released next year in 2024, just ahead of Mando Season 4, that is now planned to be the final season. Now, one of the deleted scenes involving Gina Carano is said to involve moments in which she will have scenes with characters like Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan, and Din Djarin unmasked that got deleted from the second season that are now approved by Disney higher-ups to appear in a special revised version of that season. Now, let me just stop right here for a second. Now, the thing that I like so much about this is that we are finally going to be able to see a lot of these deleted scenes that never got to be inserted on Disney Plus or in any other kind of media for the second season of Mando. So the thing that's very powerful about this is that John and Dave are treating this like a preliminary phase of bringing Gina back to the Mandoverse, starting off with bringing in deleted scenes of her interacting with Luke Skywalker, Bo-Katan, Din Djarin, and others into that revised cut of the second season of Mando. And I think that this is really going to be something truly special for fans to actually see, given that we know that, yes, John initially wanted Cara Dune and Luke to exchange dialogue at some point. This is basically his best way to finally making that canon, because they did test this. They had some test footage, and it's all coming together now to be completed for this special revised cut. Now, the thing about Gina Carano is that I know a lot of fans have different opinions on her. You're not going to change fans' minds on any of their opinions. That's just how it is. If you like her, you like her. If you hate her, you hate her. That's just how it kind of works. So it's going to be interesting to see, once this arrives next year, which, by the way, they're planning to drop it sometime by the middle of 2024. That's the rough window. It's going to be interesting to see how the fans are going to react. The ratio, so to speak. If it's going to be more lenient towards fans supporting her, or you're going to see more hate surrounding her return. I think that you're going to see, a standing ovation by fans, right? Really just clapping their hands together with her coming back, technically speaking, of course, at that point in time, with these new deleted scenes making their way into the official canon, into the special revised cut. Now, on top of this, too, what's very exciting about this attempt by John and Dave is that it is going to be using some more John Williams music that went unused, and how it's going to be used in these upcoming deleted scenes. Moving on. So additionally, it's described that there were 3 total deleted scenes in which Cara Dune communicates heavily with Luke Skywalker, Din Djarin, and Bo-Katan inside of that control room, that John and Dave are doing this as a preliminary stage of bringing Cara Dune back for Mando Season 4 by giving fans a special gift with Mando Season 2 holding over 10 deleted scenes, 3 of which will include Gina's cut scenes as well, that never made it to Disney Plus or any other kind of media. This is also described to be John and Dave's way of improving Season 2 as well, that more scenes will actually involve Din Djarin using the Darksaber in different moments. So you're going to get more Darksaber content as well in there. The thing about this, alright, that some fans may say is that this is, perhaps maybe unnecessary or a waste of time. I don't believe so. I think that this is going to make a lot of fans happy. I think that this is most certainly going to breathe a little bit more life, provide more breathing room for Mando Season 2 to kind of have more surprising moments like how it did. And if you think about it, it was really Mando Season 2 that kickstarted that whole part in Star Wars on Disney Plus, where you had those surprise cameos, where you had those big shocking moments. It was all about Mando Season 2. And that's when it really started. It got followed up by the Book of Boba Fett. They're doing it again now with, of course, Mando Season 3 again, and the Ahsoka Tano series. So that's basically their format. Surprise cameos and surprise shocking moments here and there. Now, the thing about Cara Dune is that we know that in some of the deleted scenes, her dialogue was very much driven by her knowledge related to General Leia Organa. Alright, there's some kind of connection there between Cara and Leia and her exchange of dialogue with Luke Skywalker. And that's basically what these deleted scenes are going to consist of. So that's one thing to look forward to as well, because it does pay respect to the character of Leia as well. Now, also, guys, be very well aware that John and Dave are making sure that Mando Season 3 is going to be at the top of their game, that it's going to be the best of the best. But they want to also improve Season 2 to kind of just add in what never was able to make it to the final cut, to show fans what could have been. And they are making sure that these deleted scenes are going to be considered quote-unquote canon, so to speak. And they're finding ways to go about doing that. So I think it's great. I think that this is something that fans should really look forward to. There's a lot on the horizon and a lot more to talk about throughout this year and next year. So guys, fill me in below in the comments what you guys have to say about all of this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon.